What is going on, guys? I'm Jay the Black. Shout out to everybody that's tuning in. I've been getting some recommendations to speak on this particular situation. Now, I have to admit, I didn't know much about Ashanti's sister, Shia Douglas, but apparently she was dating a guy by the name of SIowbucks. SIowbucks is a former associate of 50 Cent, and they dated couple years back. They were even engaged to be married, but it never happened. But there was a video that Shia shared on Instagram. I think it was celebrating moments in her life, and there was a particular moment where there was some very disturbing pictures of her after a situation where SIowbucks knocked her teeth out. Or knocked, just hit her to where he messed her face up. And I believe this was done because apparently she had been messing around with someone, and he found out about it, and he decided to put hands on her. Let me just say this. Those pictures were very damning. Those were some very damaging pictures, man. I don't care what, well, I'm not gonna say I don't care what, because there could be situations that occurred that you just like, but be it as it may, what happened with her and what she didn't warrant what he did to her physically. I don't think that men should be putting themselves in a position to get time in jail, to ruin their life or their careers because they get angry and emotional, and they decide to put hands on their girlfriends or wives or whatever. Okay, if she's doing what is believed to have been going on, the best thing you can do, especially in this society, is just leave. Is just move on. You moving on and you leaving her and you going about your business and you finding somebody else that really cares about you, that's really loyal to you. That's the best thing you can do. Okay? And the thing is that if you look at their relationship, there was really no sense, from what I could tell, that there was a domestic situation. She even defended the relationship. That is why people want to paint her as this, victim of domestic, abuse, which, to be honest, I don't think that if it was going on, she defended it. So we really have to look at that. She defended the relationship. She was engaged to be married to this guy. So obviously it wasn't all bad. Now, could a situation where her, messing around with another guy can trigger SIowbucks to put his hands on her? I believe so, because you got guys that have egos. SIowbucks has an ego. To have another dude who maybe from, same city, allegedly, than him, that he knows, that's in the industry, that's, smashing the woman who is the love of his life, that he wants to marry. You're going to have people who, when they get emotional, they get angry, and their ego is involved, they're going to do something similar to this. It reminds me of a video I did on my Basic Social Politics channel of a woman, right? She had her teeth knocked out. It was worse than this particular situation with Ashanti's sister. Apparently, her husband found out that all 3 kids that they had together were not his. Okay? He was trying to move and the only way he found out was that he was trying to move the family to Canada, because I believe he was working in Canada. The family was in Africa, right? He's trying to move them to Canada. And what ended up happening is he had to get, I believe, DNA tests for all of them, just to be sure that they're his, that he's not just sneaking people in the country. And once he did that, he found out that they weren't his. All 3 of them were not his. So he got angry and he went to town on his wife. And I said it then, I don't condone him doing that. But in certain circumstances, people are going to get angry and people are going to do things. In that situation, he got angry and he did something. Do I condone it? No. But things happen. Okay. Even then, I said myself, I would have never done that. I would have walked away. I would have left her right there in on the continent of Africa. And I would have moved on to Canada and would have never looked back. That's what I would have done. I would not allow my emotions to get the better of me to the point to where now everybody's looking at me like I'm the villain. Everybody's looking at me like I am, someone who likes to put their hands on women. In this case with SIowbucks, this was a guy whose ego was involved and he felt like he had to be a man in a situation and handle business. But bro, the way you handle business is by taking care of your business and keeping yourself out of trouble. That's what you do. But you got guys who have these overinflated egos for no reason. And they end up making themselves really bigger villains and bringing more problems to their lives than they should be, bringing. I will say this too. If she was in a relationship with this guy and she was messing around with another one of these guys in the industry while she was with this guy, engaged to be married to this guy, that's on her. That's a decision that she made. And one of the first signs of distress in a relationship is the fact that a woman is out messing around. The fact that, SIowbucks finds out about it. And I believe the only reason why he found out about it is because the dude that she got with told other people. Loose lips. It also could have been a situation where she was ready to get out of that relationship. The one thing you got to understand about women, you're not going to know if they're messing around on you unless they want you to find out. But again, if the relationship was toxic and there was a lot of, domestic abuse going on in that relationship, she would definitely be afraid of being caught. So obviously, the person she was with was telling people, so to speak, or it was just blatant. When you have somebody who's in a relationship that is falling apart and there's something going on, they cling on to somebody else for emotional support. There's been a lot of displays of toxic relationships. Even though this was a relationship that happened a couple of years back, you still see all the signs pointing to a toxic relationship in some way, shape, or form. But I believe that both had a part to play. She dated this guy. She got engaged with this guy. She defended the relationship. What more can I say? Now, we don't even know what broke up the situation. We don't even know if this was before the ring or after the ring. At least I don't. If y'all have more info, you can let me know in the comment section. But by looking at the info I have, we don't know the timeline of the situation. We don't even know if it was SIowbucks. Everything is still alleged. He hasn't said anything, which means there's some guilt there. Okay? Because if this wasn't him, he would have emphatically denied it. She would have denied it. Obviously, it's him. And also, I feel like this might be a way for her to alleviate the guilt that she had in messing around on this guy. Maybe she woke up and realized, you know what? I feel bad about the choices I made in dating the men that I dated. So let me go ahead and put this out here and sort of cleanse my spirit, Now, the one thing that Shia can do, she can talk to some of these women. Look at Floyd Mayweather's daughter. I mean, I'm not saying she's going through a domestic situation, but she's definitely in a messy relationship at her young age. Women like Shia should definitely talk to these young girls. That's one thing I would want. Like, instead of just putting people on blast years later, at least reach out to these girls. Talk to them. Try to get them to see that, chasing after rappers, dating guys in the industry That's not the way to go. That you should want to seek out fulfilling, happy relationships. Not out here trying to prove that you can, win over these guys, because you'll never win them over. You'll never really make them happy. And I think that Shia was probably one of those girls that thought that she could make these guys happy, that she could win them over. And I think now at her age, 31, she has a different thought process. She sees things differently. And that's why more women like her should definitely speak to these young girls, because they are lost out here. They are dating guys who putting hands on them, who are messing around on them, who are mentally, emotionally, verbally, just tearing them apart. That's the one thing that she can do. But obviously there's still some holes there. She has not come out and spoke. She merely put these photos in a video, and knowing that people are going to pick this up, people are going to speak about it, and they're going to go after SIowbucks, a guy whose name may fit him, and 50 Cent commenting on it, which I think made it really go viral. Yeah, man, a lot of you guys need to walk away. Don't put your hands on these women. If these women don't want to be with you, if these women want to deal with other men, let them. You move on. You meet somebody that cares about you, that wants to be with you, and you get with that person. Putting your hands on them, in that moment, it's going to make sense. But after that, then what? The ramifications are going to be a lot worse than any type of, mental anguish you may be going through at that moment. Because you have to understand that society, they're trying to basically step on the necks of men. And you cannot give them the opportunity to use your bad decisions against all of us.